pussied out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're so much of a pussy, you can't even have a conversation on Facebook. I couldn't imagine.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe that's not the reason. Here it is again. You're doing it again. Well, Captain. Maybe that's not the reason. Captain Defender. I'm just. Here it is again. You're doing it again. I'm fucking with you, man. I know they're my words. Captain. I'm well aware of my words. Captain Defender. I'm fucking with you, man. I know. I'm well aware of my words. Before the stream. Alright, a little pre-stream. Before the stream. I'm fucking with you, man. I know they're my words. August. Captain. I'm well aware of my words. Captain.
Making up, setting up the set and all that.
I'm fucking with you, man. I know. I'm well aware of my words. Before the stream.
I just love that. Oh, he's from Michigan.
Ooh. A little pre-stream. Shut up, shut up, shut up! The stream.
What?
I'm testing. I'm trying to see what I can hear.
Making up, setting up the set and all that.
I'm fucking with you, man. I know. I'm well aware of my words. Why is my audio looping?
I just love that. Is it?
Yeah. Ooh. A little pre-stream. Shut up, shut up, shut up! I'm testing. I'm trying to see what I can hear. Oh, because it's playing through. I know why. Yeah, I just need it to, Alright. There's that. Dylan, can you speak?
Yes, I can speak.
Alright.
Yeah, they deleted it. What a bunch of pussies. Pussy. That's okay because I have the screenshots of some of it.
Right? Let me go to the watch page so I can see the comments. Speak?
Yeah, see, I can't, I don't know where because it's right here. He said, you asked if they would tell the truth of this story. I was like, no, I didn't. I asked if they would tell the truth about 9/11. And he said, since the official story is true, I'm like, you're making those words up. They weren't a question. You're making assumptions. You're just assuming everyone thinks that's true. That's only your own opinion. The truth is the official story, right? But that's not the question. It's still not the question. I do.
That's how we're gonna start the live stream.
You asked that you would support the official story. No, I didn't.
Who cares? Move on. I just roll with that shit, man. Just give them the benefit of the doubt and go. Fuck it, you'll still steamroll them.
This is why I'm gonna hate up that show. It's not me. Yeah, wrong. You.
Whose show is this?
Not yours.
Fine. Be that way.
Not.
Take the memes of production.
Not taking anything. I didn't claim it was mine.
Well, all right. I think we're 3 minutes away from this wonderful show. Who the fuck is texting me now? Better not be you.
Yeah, it is me. Why is your shit not on silent? I was adding live now, so when I forward it, that's how it would be.
Ah, gotcha. That works. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, looks good.
I almost don't want to go live on Facebook. Ugh.
So don't.
Live. Right?
Technically, I mean, not on my side, but sure, we are, because there's 2 people watching, which is probably just us.
No, because I'm not watching.
Oh, sweet. Alright, well, welcome to Radio Agora Live. Why live? Because I am swamped with editing. It makes things a little bit easier to keep churning out content, as long as I don't make too much of an ass of myself, but Dylan knows more about that than I do, because tonight's topic is essentially, why the hell, when you ask someone a question, do they not usually answer straight? They'll either rephrase the question and then answer that, as Dylan was just dealing with on the Facebooks. Quite a peculiar beast the Facebooks is. For that, I thrive on that stuff. I enjoy it. Because I like to go where no one's gone. And if I ask a question and they come back with a different one, oh my goodness, great, awesome, we're going somewhere different. That's how I look at it, like an adventure. Dylan, on the other hand, just wants to swing and smash things.
That's not always true.
That was the general impression. I'm going to hell. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, why do you think people don't answer questions directly?
Because I don't know. Maybe it's because I think they already have the answer's already in their head, so they change the question. Maybe even subconsciously.
I just lost your audio. Okay.
Well, I'm still live on Facebook, but you lost my audio on YouTube.
Oh, there we go. Maybe it's just me.
All right, anyway, so I think they changed the answer, or changed the question, because they already have the answer in their head. So what they do is they maybe subconsciously change the question in the process. Like, will they tell the truth about 9/11 to, do they support the official story? What? No, that wasn't the question. That simply wasn't the question. I can go somewhere with that, but when you're outright accusing me of asking a different question, I'm not going to go with that.
Right.
Because you're trying to change my words and claim an authority over my words, and I won't let you do it. That's why I swing. You want to call it swinning. I don't really call it swinning. I'm on an internet conversation. I don't think I can throw too many punches through the internet. I wish I could, though.
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors.
That's great.
Arby's is a sponsor of Radio Agora.
Oh, God. No. Well, whatever. Yeah, Arby's is good. I like Arby's. Everybody likes
Arby's
nice. Shit. Everybody needs a little roast beef, you know?
Oh, yeah. I love roast beef.
Everybody. Yeah, especially that special sauce.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
I don't know what it is.
It's
you guys like Arby's? I like Arby's.
If you're in the audience and you like Arby's, you might want to go to an Arby's.
No, watch the show. Don't go to an Arby's. Actually, I don't really care if you watch it.
Yeah, I don't care if you watch the show. Just like and share it. Just
How much I do.
Like, share, and comment, and then you can leave. Like, that's all you got to do.
Right.
Just any show ever. If you can't stop hitting the microphone, but any show ever. If you want to just support the show, and you don't really have time to watch, just like and share it. Like and share it. Leave a comment. Comments are awesome, especially if you have the ability to leave a comment that will drive people fucking nuts, and then you just leave. You don't even have to. People will defend. Just do it. Just do that. Help each other out. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Help me. Just help me out.
So all right. So you take a different approach with me. You say I swing when people change my question.
Right.
I get what you're saying. What do you do when someone changes your question?
I step aside. and I let it go through. I got it. You just take it and you guide it back. I got it where it needs to go.
To the original question.
Potentially, or somewhere more fruitful. It might not be the floor. It might be into the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the bar.
Right. Well, if they come and swing, you can take. You just if they fucking do a wild haymaker, just take them down, right? You can either drop them on the floor and step on them, or on the way down, you can fucking smash his teeth against the bar. Right? There's two different. There's multiple ways. As long as you have control of that energy, it doesn't matter. You just need to be in control. You don't want to let their response dictate where you're going to go. And if you're immediately just saying no, that's already determined.
Well, yeah, but it's because I ask a question. By the way, we're talking about how people change your question. When you ask a simple question, like I think earlier it was, did they tell the truth in 9/11? Somehow that turned to, do I believe the official story? And I was like, no, that's not the question I asked, because they were trying to say that was my question. At first, I thought they were just asking me, and I told them I don't know and I don't care, which is probably what got the post kicked off. But they're like, oh, he doesn't care about 9/11. Like, no, I don't really care why it happened, or not why it happened, but who did it, because it didn't have anything to do with what we did afterwards, right? That's always been my position for a long time. But we're talking about why people change your question, and what do you guys do when someone changes your question? But the reason I do that is because if you're going to change my question, I just feel like the original point is going to be gone. But you like to move on to another point or bring it back to the same point.
I just like to keep moving.
You do. I like to keep moving too, but at the same time...
Well, you have a certain level where you're just like, I am so sick of this bullshit. And for some reason, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's because it's the same flavor I eat. I'm used to it. I just kind of like, because I understand it as I see language is so questionable that I know for a fact I have no idea what someone means when they first ask me, or I ask them. They have no fucking clue what I ask them. I'm incredibly used to trying to strike a conversation with someone and then looking at me like I have 10 heads and I am the spawn of Satan, when really my whole message is peace and love and happy goodiness. Like, fucking stop being dicks. Like,
right, don't be a dick.
And it's just like, wow, what do you mean? What do you mean it doesn't have to be bad? It's like, well, yeah.
I stopped responding to comments on my videos for that reason. Unless it was on my personal page, it was like people I know.
Right.
Yeah, I should have stopped again. It kind of boosted the post, though.
It depends. If it's a dead post, and you're an asshole, please comment.
Right. Absolutely.
Thank you.
It does a lot of good. So on Facebook, I have, what do you stand for? Arby's? Well, right now I'm sitting.
Yeah, both of us are sitting, and I don't stand for Arby's. Oh, they saw the old link. Why we stand?
Yeah.
It didn't update the thumbnail. It's a pain.
No, this is on Facebook.
Oh.
So the YouTube link's not on there. It's the title is why you know answer question or something like that.
Perfect.
But they probably saw the old link here. And then always tell the truth. You can't not change stupid. Or no, sorry. Always tell the truth. You cannot change stupid, but it was 2 question marks. So I guess it's supposed to be a question. Or not.
How can you... I never speak the truth.
Crystal agrees to keep it moving, and I'm an asshole for moving. That's an old army. We're all assholes.
You gotta watch out for the dicks, then.
Yes, you do have to watch out for the dick. I thought I was a dick. Everybody calls me a dick.
You got the D.
No, not in that way.
No, I mean on your hat.
Oh, Detroit. Oh.
For fuck's sake.
Shut up, man. I don't know. I never know what to take something from you literal or not.
Never.
I'm just here, Robinson, say something edgy and cool.
Ooh.
Edgy and cool. Is this where I'm supposed to say taxation is theft? Is this like the dumbest?
Property theft.
He said property is theft. I didn't say it. He did. He just made the claim.
I'll defend that all day. I will defend that
now
against ANCOMs.
You've made the claim that property is theft. Fuck it. I'm going to switch into that. How is property theft?
How do you own anything?
How do you own anything? How do you own anything, Facebook? 8, 9, 10, 8, 9 viewers I have.
Show me what it is to own.
It's an interesting question because how do you own? Well, I mean, if someone produces and they have their own product, I would say you own that.
It would be reasonable that they be left to it. Yeah, it is. I would never bother. But what I run into as a problem is that you don't really own it. You still don't deserve the fruits of your labor. Just because you do something doesn't guarantee you shit. And that's just a fact of life.
Alright, let me catch up on the Facebook comments before I lose them. So I got Ronnie Freedom says, easy, you own your own body.
Tell that to anyone with cancer.
Leah says, we don't. Cole Hennessy says, if you're in the military, you don't own your own body anymore. Crystal says, I hate it when people say that property is theft. Explanation. An explanation mark there, too. She's upset.
That's good.
And then Leah says, you don't even own your own body because when you die, you belong to this earth.
Word.
Like it.
I can dig it. Wow. But yeah, you come from it, you go to it. I mean, life is wrought at a deficit. I don't know if you guys know this, but you've necessarily consumed more than you've produced. All of you. Just letting you know.
Alright, so back to Facebook. I think her name's Deanie. Oh, I am losing. I've never had this many comments this fast.
Well, that's because I'm
not used to double streaming. Yeah, it's because of you. Really? Are you idiots? You don't own anything? Question mark. Question.
I don't have to.
Well, she's asking, you don't own anything, like, question. Do you own anything? And then she asked if we're idiots. That's subjective. I can't really make a claim on whether
Do I own anything?
No. She exclaimed. Ronnie says, you own your own body because you have sole dominion over it.
But I don't. There's bacteria and all sorts of other things. I don't have dominion over this shit. I'm lucky to even be conscious.
Holy shit. Crystal, if there is a voluntary exchange in a contract that indicates that I get X for Y, then I'm not doing something unethical by owning something. Well, we're not claiming it's. No one's claiming it's unethical.
Oh yeah, I don't care about ethics.
I'm not claiming property is theft. We've asked that question before, and of course, changed the question into a claim. But he made the claim, so I can't argue he made the claim. Leah says, just by breathing, we consume more than we produce.
Bam.
Real shit. So what he is saying, So what he's saying is that our bodies are a lot like America. We have this non-physical debt that will never be paid back.
Correct. It's like a prison. The body is a prison. A prison for suffering.
To never-ending debt.
Not never-ending. The end of debt is the cessation of suffering, otherwise known as death, peace, nirvana, oblivion, hopefully.
Crystal says theft is unethical. She's adding on to what I responded when I said properties.
I would agree. I would agree. Theft is more or less intentionally taking something that you know someone else is utilizing or using or has or is planning to use or whatever. You're aware that someone else has this for some other reason and you make it yours.
So if you're going to make the claim property is theft, are you also making the claim property is unethical?
That what?
My question to you.
Yeah, repeat that.
If you're going to make the claim that theft is unethical, which I would agree, and you're making the claim that property is theft, are you also making the claim that property is therefore unethical?
Correct.
Okay. I can't wait for the comments after this.
Oh, it's not as absurd as you think. You have to understand, there's the institution of property. There's an institution of property, and that's what I'm really speaking to. And it includes your body. It includes the language we use to describe the body. We talk about heart and mind and body and all of these things separate, as if we own these individual parts in a conglomerate known as a human. And we necessarily divide these out through acts of labor over the course of a completely arbitrary time set that has nothing to do with anything. We don't even die the same age half the time. It's all over the place. It doesn't make any fucking sense. How many times have you passed around the planet? Oh, you must know something.
Right.
Or revolved around the sun. Whatever. Fuck. You know what I mean.
Beanie says you own what you work for, with very many explanations. But items are not. I just saw a comment claim. I just saw a comment claim. Bottom comment. I'll get to it.
Uh-oh.
But items are not what matters. Question: are you Christians? I'm not a Christian. I don't think you're a Christian either, are you?
I'm not a Christian. I'm cool with Jesus, though.
Right. You own your, Ronnie, you own your own, excuse me, sorry guys. You own your body, and by extension, you own the labor of your body, and by further extension, you own the fruit of your labor.
But if I labor to fish all day and I have no fish to show... What?
Ooh, he is a good one. Oh. Leah, why didn't we ever talk like this when we were in the army together? Ronnie says, does this commie thinks that collective ownership okay? All right, does this commie think that collective ownership is okay? That's what he's trying to say.
I don't think ownership is okay.
And he's not a commie.
And I'm not a commie. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
Leah says, so everyone in this country has committed theft. We claim ownership of this land with the blood of natives.
And the natives claim with the blood of whatever was before them, and wherever they were from, and wherever they were from, and whatever animal that was, whatever the fuck that was.
You came from Siberia.
It's a never.
Here.
Life is life in general is wrought at a deficit. When did life begin? When does life begin? It's not at conception. It began billions of fucking years ago.
Right, it's long before that. I mean, that's...
And your universe only began with your awareness.
Right, well, when they talk about that in abortion, what they're really saying is an individual, intellectual being in a physical form at that time.
When can I choose to make matters worse, is what the state's saying. When can I go stick my fucking hand in someone else's business I would have no other reason to know about? That's what they're talking about.
All right, Crystal, ownership of myself is not unethical.
No, you got no complaints from me.
Right, me neither. I'm really kind of just letting Andrew go. Maybe Andrew should be on Facebook and not me.
Well, you
Leah said we need to talk live, or we need to talk like this more often. Ronnie, if you have no fish to show, that means you're a bad fisherman and wasted your labor.
Wasted labor? How do you waste... Well...
He's saying you wasted your labor because you didn't get any fish. And you were fishing.
But isn't that up to the fish?
I love it. Leah says exactly, that shows that there is not theft because the earth owns all.
Earth doesn't own. Earth doesn't give a shit. Earth is a rock with a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Right. I think that's what she's kind of saying, though, at the same time.
Oh, okay.
She's saying, because, the earth really can't own.
I don't know. How does a rock feel about that?
Leah, onto the fish comment. You don't waste your labor because you are learning from the lack of fish you catch. Ooh.
Boom! Oh! Oh! I like these conversations. This is great.
I do too.
I like that you're not just being an asshole and be like, Kami. You're actually going with the. We're learning something. We're discussing. This is productive. Thank you.
Leah is an old army friend. She's not an anarchist. She doesn't have that filter they all put on themselves.
Right. I love that. I appreciate that immensely.
Ronnie says wasting your labor is damn it. Guys in your big comments.
Wasting your labor?
Not complaining. Wasting your labor is your fault, not the fish's.
Okay.
Crystal says, I'm on board with the argument that ownership over people and land is unethical because it was gained through theft. But ownership of property that I produced or purchased ethically can't be theft.
Well, it depends what we can agree on what's ethical or not. That's where I'm running into. That's where I've been running into a huge problem. Because where do you purchase land from? How do you get land?
Well,
homesteading is an idea.
I guess she did say purchased ethically.
Right, but at what point?
And land is, or over people in land is unethical because it was gained through theft. I feel like that's something that's going to be hard to settle in a Facebook comment. Got to get more people on our show.
Yeah, we can get them. I'd love to get people.
So if we have this non-physical debt we owe based on what we consume, does the debt of one's parents carry over with birth like certain physical debt, or does it die with you?
The only thing I could ever attribute to that would be genetic disorders.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much where it stops for me, because everything else is.
I mean, the state passes on that theft.
What?
Within the confines of the state, they do pass that theft on.
Right.
So, Ronnie, you got something?
No. I was just gonna...
Ronnie says, as long as you don't repeat the same thing over, then you learned from it.
Unless that thing you learned from said to do it again. Like
Good point.
I've had sex with women and then I've been like, oh god, no, don't do it again. No, it just goes to this horrible fucking level of just don't do it. And what do? I do it again.
Of course, it gets sexual.
But I did learn from the first time, and something different happened, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yes, Ronnie, I can want to get down there. You mean you like my thoughts and mentality? Yeah, we just never talked about anything that much. Theft is always unethical. It always means you took something that wasn't yours. Land ownership is unethical. I meant property of things, not land, that are not stolen. Land is always stolen.
Word. That's a pretty profound statement.
Land is always stolen?
Yeah, I like that. I might turn that into a shirt.
Ooh. Congratulations, you gave him a shirt idea. Alright, so Ronnie asked me to ask this guy what he thinks unethical behavior is.
Unethical behavior is a good way to get shot.
Okay, but what is unethical behavior? Sure, you're talking about.
It's right. For me, you want my personal, what I choose not to do or choose to do.
Well, he just simply asked what you think unethical behavior is.
That's it.
Stuff that'll get you shot.
Stuff that'll get you shot. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go with that because there's some stuff that'll get you shot that I don't think would be unethical.
Right, but it would still be wise to be aware of and avoid.
True, but I don't think that answers the question. I'm gonna let you go.
Well, it doesn't have to answer the question. That's the best part, because the question doesn't quite grasp the entire situation. It doesn't allow me to speak to it.
Okay.
And yeah.
Cole says, curious on your definition of unethical behavior.
Right. Well, it basically boils down to values. How do you value other people? That's different for everyone. And I will never sit here and try and bridge some objective standard we can all just solidly agree on. Because I think it's a waste.
I mean, I understand you don't want to speak for anyone else, but just you personally.
Yeah, me personally. Yeah. Things that are unethical.
It depends on what your ethics are, too.
Intentionally misleading people to their detriment.
Okay.
Abusing someone's kindness. Basically taking advantage of people. That's the worst. That's the worst. But lying, and.
No.
But these are not things I would. Here's a disclaimer. I don't enforce these things. These are just things I judge you for.
Thank you. I'll take 2 V-neck tanks for that. You just made a sale on Facebook Live.
Word.
That's Crystal Buckner. Gary Lynn Williams, you can own land if you are working on it, or are working it and producing from it.
So the worms got there first.
I think he means in the confines of humanity.
Why are humans always special? Why are people so afraid to admit they're just freaking animals?
Don't do this to me.
What?
Not you. My connection keeps getting weak.
Oh. I was like, I thought we talked about this.
I almost talked to you, Ronnie. I really didn't mean to do that. I don't know why it brought that menu up. What is my definition of unethical? I don't really have any morals, though. Just don't be. Just don't fuck with other people. Don't fuck with other people's stuff. But then you have to get into definitions about that.
Right.
Ronnie says, let me catch up on Facebook comments, man. Ronnie says, because I am a voluntarist, I do have an objective standard for morality.
Well,
what's that objective standard?
I'm a voluntarist too.
Leah says, ethics go hand in hand with morals.
Right.
Everyone has their own morals. There is no black and white to that.
Right. Even if you can zoom in and find black and white, that does not negate the gradient. There's still a gradient of it depends on what scale you're looking at. Basically, if you take a checkerboard and you get real close, okay, yeah, you just see one color. You zoom out, okay, maybe you'll see 2 colors. You keep going out and you get far away, what does it become? Gray. And that's really all about perspective and your awareness of the whole and your individual part. So individuals that are more aware of the whole are typically more ethical. The people that shut into these little individualistic, troglodytic mindsets are terrifying to me, because it's just like this total denial of all the good that's out there and all the stuff that's worth spending effort on reaching.
All right, let me run through some of these without giving like 10-minute answers to them. Values are subjective. Ethics are often universal. Difference between private property and personal property. That's a question from Gary.
Which one makes you not squeal in horror? One of those is good, and one of those they can do away with. I forget which one. It's part of the ANCAP canon.
He's just asking which one's private, which one's personal.
I don't fucking care. What? I don't understand.
What's personal and private property? What's the difference?
I don't know.
Or do you not distinguish?
I have no idea.
Okay. I really don't distinguish, but my understanding of what is normally said is like my lighter is my personal property, but my land is private property. That's normally how and content so distinguish.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't kill, don't steal, etc. Free market versus capitalism.
Free market versus capitalism. I like that.
Like that. Ronnie says worms aren't moral agents. Here, I know what he's gonna say now.
Oh, we're gonna go on the moral agent one. Are you gonna tell me to eat your daughter? That happened.
It's not the same guy.
I know it's not the same guy. I'm just making sure.
It's not the same guy.
Because if I need to explain to another fucking human being why cannibalism's bad...
Ronnie's not like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know if he knows who he's talking to either. I don't know if
I have no idea. We probably talked a long time ago.
Land is. We got to get it to where we can get both of us on here. But anyway.
Yeah, it's called YouTube.
No one watches YouTube. They watch Facebook.
You can give them the link.
All right, shut up. Land is always stolen. I did give them. Link is on my Facebook. Fucking truth. You non-moral having bitch. Yach.
Well, that just screams fucking integrity, doesn't it?
That's Cole.
Who?
He's just saying shit. He's an army guy like me, man.
Oh, well, wait, is he being a dick or is he being funny?
He's asking. I don't know. I'm trying to move on with comments now.
Okay.
Because they're done live, but I'm missing them. Leah says, so Gary, does that mean squatters are not thieves? She's asking someone else a question. Ronnie says, the objective standard for voluntarism is the nap, Dylan. That was his answer. I asked him what his objective was.
Where the fudge did these libertarians come from?
That's just Ronnie.
That's just Ronnie? Are you voting?
Ronnie's the one. I asked him what his objective standard was for morality. That was his answer. The objective standard for voluntarism is the nap. Gary, there is no shortage of land, though. Every living human can own land without stealing from everyone else. Overpopulation is a myth. I would agree that overpopulation is a myth.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everyone can fit with an acre in Texas, then everyone can fit shoulder to shoulder in LA. Overpopulation. Bullshit. You know I'm quitting you. You know I'm kidding you, twat. I know you're kidding. He doesn't know you.
Word. It's all good, man. I'm a fucking jokester. I can take a joke. I just need to know.
Gary, how do you enforce moral distribution of property without a state?
You don't. That's the fucking point.
The objective standard of morality for voluntarism is the nap. He's expanding on what he said earlier. Crystal says, what state are you guys in? What are you, Fed?
I'm in the Great Shire.
He's in New Hampshire. I'm in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, though, we'll be in the same house next to each other doing this stream.
Ooh. We gotta have...
No, we're not gay together.
Well, not together. Separate.
So not
we're gay separate.
I'm not gay separate of me.
Oh, please don't start. No. Don't put me out there. No. Because that...
You said it, not me, bro.
It was a joke. It was a joke. You made it... Oh, God. Oh, well. I get hit on by every... It's
I'm from Western Kentucky. Leah says, overpopulation is just people trying to cockblock.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's true. Or sell condoms.
Right? Or keep their job at Planned Parenting.
LOL, Guatemala, I'm in Puerto Rico. Stop. I'm not a Fed, I'm just wondering. Robbie Freedom's. Huh?
Oh, when we ask if you're a Fed, we're more interested because that's who we want to talk to. That's who we need to talk to.
I don't think that's what she said.
I know.
Ronnie says, no discussion on NAP. Is NAP moral?
Can be.
I'm going to be like a moderator at this point. This is fun.
Yeah, I don't really care about the NAP. I think it kind of falls short. Because when you look at the initiation of aggression, I start with birth. Actually, conception, really. And that kind of fucks up the whole thing.
Well, the NAP, it's a great basis and an understanding.
Once you're alive and an adult in a certain society, yeah.
Then give me a topic, Leah. To have a better understanding of non-aggression, not initiating force.
Right.
But no, I think the NAP has the gray areas and it falls short.
Definitely has gray areas. I run into them all the time in absurd ways, but...
Oh, NAP 2, that's what a Fed would say. That's from Cole. Leah says, can we have a better topic, please?
Yeah.
We're about to get a bunch of rampaging comments about the NAP. I can see it.
I know. Well, fuck. You know what? Fuck the NAP. It's a boring conversation. We've had it a million fucking times. It gets us nowhere. And either way, someone ends up flipping the table, shitting everywhere, and spinning around clucking like a goddamn chicken, thinking they fucking won something. When all they did was waste everyone's fucking time. Go read Mises and shut the fuck up. Fuck.
Oh, I can't wait till we're in the same room doing this. The nap isn't a law, it's a guide. Alright, what was your next? I'll still respond to your guys' comments with the nap. I don't know if Bodhi will.
I had to get it off. I had to get it.
Continue with your rage, homie. She said to continue with your rage, though.
Oh. Well, it comes down. It comes down to this not answering questions being a problem. And a lot of times you'll see in these anarcho, I'll say this anarcho debatism group, where it's basically a bunch of chickens and then a bunch of hens, and they're trying to figure out why none of them have a dick, and it's the funniest thing, because they keep asking each other things and answering it for them, but then not listening to the rebuttals and the disagreement. So what you see is a bunch of people using the same words to talk about two completely different things. And no one stops and goes, hey,
all right,
we're being dumb.
Are you both going to be living in Kentucky? No, I'm moving to New Hampshire with him in Manchester.
Oh, sure, give away my city, too. Now they know where I am.
It's New Hampshire. I'm not going to be secretive. I'm never secretive about where I live.
No.
Is your guest in ANCOM? Just curious. That comes from Gary Williams.
No, I am an anarcho-Bodhiist.
Anarcho-Bodhiist.
Yeah.
I'm just an anarchist.
I speak with the crows, and they give me my guides. True story.
You can't see my video. It's the best thing.
Aha taba ete hebe. Bodhi bless you.
So you'll see later. No, I'm just an anarchist. I got the black flag. The flag!
Yep. If you could see behind me, I got...
So Bodhi can't really tell us what his... God, the letter's so small. Axiom of morality is, but he dismisses nap like he doesn't understand it. And Gary wants you to define Bodhiist.
Oh, okay, I can define Bodhi.
He asked if she can visit. I would say yes.
Yeah.
I'll answer yes.
I got a bunch of memes. I don't know how to share it with them.
No, you can't. You're gonna have
to define I'm gonna have to just define Bodhiism. Yep. Well, you know what? I'll go with my diagram the other day. I've been outlining a kind of networking idea. This will maybe describe it a little better. It starts with the idea itself. This is your awareness. This is whatever. This is where the universe begins. And dependent upon the fidelity of your signal with the outside world, your accessibility, you necessarily face limitations, or at least adversity. And all of this combines into this robust, cataclysmic, fucking crazy presentation, or a show, if you will. That's life. And basically at that point, life begins with suffering. Life is suffering. So for me, I derive what I do or don't do based on how much I am aware it causes the suffering of another. So it doesn't actually even depend on what anyone owns or what anyone does. Or can I help them? Can I help them, or are they trying to hurt me, or what's going like that? It's not necessarily. It's not the normal kind of principle set or ethics set or anything like that. It kind of utilizes everything and the unknown to just try and make things less shitty. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I was trying to make sense of his last comment. Gary said, "Hot bitch you got there," and I was like, "Well, he's talking about." I showed a picture of Polo. The male dog.
He still has his balls.
You don't care. He's right. Yeah, I haven't fixed.
We might want to do that because he's probably gonna rape. It's okay if he eats the cat. He can't rape the cat.
No, he'll eat your cat. Not your guy. It's not even your cat.
Well, yeah, whatever. The resident cat.
He's gonna violate the cat's nap.
Right.
Literally. Probably why it's sleeping.
Cat violated my nap. Meow.
I don't know. He might not eat the cat. He's more of a like. He probably just go up and lick it. He'll probably get hurt.
I just wanna pet him and squeeze him and hug him and love him.
Call him George. Flowers, George. Tell me about the rabbits.
Oh, I'll tell you about the fucking rabbits. You just put your eye right over there. Take a nice long look now. Yep. Don't mind that cold hard metal in the back of your skull. Yep, quiet now. Quiet.
Grabbing someone. Alright, so Trump grabbed the cat's pussy, probably. Leah says, so tell me more about why y'all moving, y'all moving together and what your mission is. I'm new to all of this. Well, I'm moving there because I hate Kentucky, for one. I was going to stay here for my now ex-girlfriend. We broke up, so fuck Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm moving to New Hampshire.
He's single, ladies. He's single.
I have not way out of my league, dude. I have veteran anarchy, which the whole point of that is what it sounds like: spread anarchism, peace, love, freedom to veterans. And I'm trying to get Veteran Anarchy University going, which will probably be a long project that probably won't get going until I get up there to New Hampshire, which is talking to civilians about talking to the military, teaching them if they're willing to learn. It's completely on the person if they're willing to learn or not. But I got a couple. I got a Navy vet now. I'm lacking a Marine vet, I think, but there's a couple guys. I gotta hit them up. I'll get a vet. What about you? What's your mission?
My mission is to bridge these language barriers. I've been kind of developing my own language, which is kind of reaching a. I've been going to a hypnotherapist to try and basically keep digging into my mind and formulate this idea of bridging all of these different languages. Every person you meet speaks a different language than you. And I'm trying to find a way to communicate my ideas as clear as possible. Because my ideas are just peace, love, liberty. You know, just really simple, and I get a hell of a lot of animosity, and I get called all sorts of fucking names, and I'm just sitting here like, peace, man. Because, I'll rail against ideas when they're so rigid that it necessarily causes harm. So people take that personally. I attack ideas, not people.
Right. Of course.
I kind of got on a rant.
About having a woman vet, I'm here.
Sure.
Well, I do have a woman vet. What's her name? Dorica, the Navy vet. She is a woman. So, I mean, but no, I'd love to.
More women.
Derek says, I love the idea of this. I've tried so hard talking to civilians about the idea of anarchy from a veteran's point of view. I know, man. Because you get you either get but she's Navy. Does that even count? LOL. I love it. Yeah, because sometimes you get the you're just an angry vet, dickhead brother.
Yep.
Other times you get the you have PTSD. Sometimes because I'm from Flint, Michigan, and everybody knows about the lead thing. I get that all the time. Oh, the lead got to his head. I haven't lived there in 6 years.
Right.
The lead thing started way after that. Yeah, it's really annoying. It's hard to. Do squids count? Yeah, sure. Are you guys? Hey. Oh, I'm out of my military lingo. I don't think squids is what I think it is. Are you guys voting for the lesser evil or holding to the standards of no rulers? That's an interesting one. Standards of no rulers. I see voting as an endorsement and validation of our enslavement.
Yeah.
I'm not voting.
I'm not voting.
With your endorsement and validation of our enslavement. I'm up in the air of whether I'm going to go for Kokesh 2020 or not. Probably at the end of the day, I won't. No, I don't think I'm going to vote. Now, well, I know I'm not going to vote, but as far as Kokesh goes in 2020, I'm up in the air, but probably not at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just because it's that validation.
It depends on the avenue.
All right, I'll have to try to get this to.
If it's an active platform that reaches a lot of these status and shifts their mindsets, I think it's worth pushing, whether or not we become Sisyphus.
Sorry, guys, my phone's dying here. I didn't get it charged well enough. I gotta move it around.
And by the way, Sisyphus is the guy that pushes a giant rock up all the way up the hill in futility because it always rolls back down.
Of course.
That's kind of why I see life as it's kind of like a labor of love.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just gonna have to hold the phone from here on out. That sucks. So are you guys voting?
Actually,
I
have something I'm actually curious of.
You guys still hear him? Let me know if you can't. I gotta move it.
How the hell do we relate and communicate so well when we are from completely different paths, if you will?
Right, we are.
How did we, this might actually be useful. How the hell did we bridge that?
Well, for one, we've talked about this before. We never stop.
Right.
Yeah, he said volume is too low. It's because you're on the different side. Oh, gosh. Gotta adjust my little studio. I think it's because neither one of us ever stop.
Right.
We would just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going.
It doesn't matter even how nasty it doesn't matter. Like even if it got personal, it doesn't change our well actually it really doesn't get personal between us.
No. It doesn't get, even when we're mad at each other. We're never really mad at each other.
No.
All right, so Gary asked thoughts about Larkin Rhodes.
I think he's a really, really intelligent fellow. I think he's kind of a twat, but it's neither here nor there. But part of that is I started noticing the cages he built with his words in terms of these ideas, and it's this objectivist. I call them objectists. They basically take ideas and turn them into objects that never exist. And necessarily framing questions that he's not really looking for an answer. He already has the answer. The answer's built in. And if they answer wrong, it's necessarily illogical. And it's just this very, very fallacious type of speech that it just bothers me.
So here's my opinion. I understand that, and I agree. And I talk about this a lot with the veteran anarchy stuff. I think everyone has a certain audience they attempt to reach. I think he actually does a good job of talking to status.
Right.
We want to call him that. I put that label on it, whatever.
Yep.
I think he does a really good job of it, and I think that's his avenue. And everyone has I hate to say use, but everyone has a use in the movement.
Everyone has a chance to manifest a purpose.
Right, there you go. And I think he speaks a lot better to status because he also speaks a lot within the confines of, state terms. And a lot of anarchists will get up in arms about that, but it's like, no, he's talking to status, He's talking to people who hate government.
Of course you're mad. He's not talking to you attention whore.
People get mad at me because I'm not talking to them. Leah says the best way to communicate is by keeping an open-minded in all perspectives. Of course, even veterans sometimes can understand each other in our viewpoints. Yeah, I don't have much trouble with veterans.
Right.
I have more trouble with civilians.
I have trouble with civilians. I have trouble with veterans. I have trouble with everybody.
I have a lot more trouble with civilians than I think veterans. Veterans, even if they completely 100% disagree with me, I mean, What? I still can communicate with.
Right.
With that. A lot of the guys in the Trump groups do, like the veterans for Trump shit.
Mm-hmm.
Completely disagree. Great conversation.
Right.
Glad you as a vet can speak to police and military minds because those civilians really can't hold a candle to y'all. That's why I'm trying to do the Veteran Anarchy University, though, because y'all really can. It's just a matter. One of the key points in it is understand you don't understand.
Right? Oh, wow.
Don't give them the the no true Scotsman fallacy.
Yeah.
Which is valid sometimes, but when it comes to the military,
you should drop that link for my last little trippy video there. Do you understand?
If you drop the link in the live stream, you can't really click it. Again.
I know.
And Leah says you don't have a vagina. Well, thank you. I don't.
I know. That's why I'm second guessing letting him move here. Man, you're embarrassing me.
I'm second guessing moving there. I'm supposed to leave in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you can't see me.
No, I can't see you.
I forgot about that. But that way you're not full screen on YouTube, so that's good.
Am I full screen on YouTube?
No, you're not. You're not.
Get close. If I get real close and personal like this.
Oh,
does it get worse? Do you not like me this close to you?
No, you gotta look into the camera. Look into the camera. We gotta see your eyes.
Shut up with that. Mom, you're embarrassing me.
Oh shit.
We all need to have each other's six as anarchists. That's Gary. And then Leah says, I think first responders don't get enough credit.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even EMS, they deal with a lot of shit before the police do.
What do the police ever do anymore? Show up and shoot people?
It depends. It really does depend. We see the worst of the worst. We don't really see any of the good, if at all. If there is any good.
There's good. We just don't see the good. You see the worst of the worst when it comes to police.
Right. So it's a really tricky thing, and it's really hard to speak to everybody. And it's really difficult to be able to sit there. Like, this is what happened between ANCOMs and ANCAPs. Like, I sat there on the fence, and I was looking at either side, and I was watching them sling shit back and forth, and I realized they were grabbing the same fucking turds. And I'm just like, guys, I just want to be like, yo, you're actually saying the same thing. You're all wrong. Don't be dicks. And it didn't go over so well. And it was really difficult to sit on that fence and watch these people argue and fight and banter and waste their fucking time when it's just like so obvious. It's just like, you guys really aren't, you're just using you have different meanings to your words. You're speaking different languages and you're getting mad about it and calling the other person stupid. Clearly, you're both, but you have to question the intelligence of everyone involved. That's the main reason why I don't think humans are any more special than, say, worms or birds or fish or cattle, and that's because we end up relegated to that level anyway. We end up relegated at that level anyway. Domesticated. We are a domesticated species, I hope you know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
About state.
It's weird. It's weird. That's why I think property is theft.
Back on that again, are we?
Just coming full circle.
All right. Gary asks, do y'all live outside the system or within it? Try to avoid taxation. Well, I'm an active duty soldier, so I definitely am the system.
Right. I mean, I work in fire sprinklers, so I design systems mandated by government. So sometimes I profit off of government contracts.
We're actually both a bunch of wealthies.
Yep. That's
the best part. And we
true.
both probably do live heavily within the system.
I have saved some property owners massive amounts of money by fighting with building inspectors and shit. Because I do get pissed when they're just trying to do something like a quick switcheroony and they're like, oh, the hazard goes up, you gotta fucking upgrade the whole system. And you're like, whoa! No!
I just got proposed to on Facebook live stream. Gary says, I'm pro first responder, but cops are pigs. I think we're going to wrap up this in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or at least the Facebook Live. We can keep talking on Skype.
Yeah.
I'm pro first responder, but cops are pigs. And then he says human cattle. He's referring to when you said domesticated species.
Yep.
Leah says, oh shit, you're still in. And then she said, let's get married, LOL.
Huh.
She's trying to get that contract marriage. It wouldn't matter. I only got like 2 weeks. I was already in a contract marriage. You know that. I don't think you ever met her, actually. I think you left before that. No, actually, you don't know that. That's right. You left before she came back. She was in the army, too. I was dual military married.
Oh, shit.
They still think I'm married. I still get BAH. Because I'm married, in case the feds are watching.
You just lost your ring.
I don't know about that. She said I'm retired, so I get full benefits, FYI.
Oh. Dude, the deal just sweetened.
Shut up.
Hey, don't fall into the same traps. I don't believe it.
No, you didn't. You've never been in a... She's not... Alright, I'm not going to talk about it on the show.
Oh, yeah. Mom! You're embarrassing me! In front of all my friends! Fuck. That's great.
Do talk about me.
Ooh.
Leah wants me to talk about her. Oh, shit. Keep dropping the phone.
Well, she could always hop on Skype, too.
She could. You could hop on Skype. You want to wrap it up? I've lost most of my viewership anyway. They're taking off.
Yeah. I didn't have any to begin with, so.
Take care, guys. This was fun, too. So, this has been Radio Agora.
Radio Agora with Bodhi Agora and Dylan Robinson of Veteran Anarchy here to sign off after a wonderful night of discussion. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. Peace out.